Okay, everyone, I'm here with my former client, Hesham, who actually worked with me last year in our year 13 course. What's going on, Hesham? So, Hesham, what made you reach out in the first place and get in touch with me and like the course that I have?
Well, we found you on Facebook, and I was I wasn't really that happy with my predicted grades at the end of year 12, so we just kind of wanted to get it up a bit by the end of year 13.
All right, and what month was it that you reached out? I think it was like, was it February, January time? Was it
I
March?
think so, yeah. It was 6 weeks after the course started.
Yeah, yeah. So you actually joined it a little later, right? And yeah, we saw that a few.
Yeah.
What were you struggling with in maths before you got the help from, the process that you enrolled in? What were you struggling with? Because you weren't happy, but what was actually going on in your A-level maths?
I think it was just that I didn't actually know what was going on. I knew like the basics and maybe the intermediate stuff, but to get that A grade was a bigger step than what I'd like thought of
Yeah.
thought that it was in the beginning.
What other things did you try before to try and get better grades?
Uh, like textbook question. It was mainly textbook questions, but I feel the textbook questions don't really push you that push you so that you can get an A. I think they
Gotcha.
push you so that you can pass, but not to get an actual A grade.
Yeah. Yeah, because you need the application, the understanding, and being able to actually know what's going on in the exam, right? And
Exactly.
what made you want to come on board then? So I remember you and your mum got in touch, right?
Yeah.
And then we spoke to see if we could help you out. What was kind of like the main reason why you guys joined? So I know you said your grades that you wanted to improve them, but from what you saw in regard to the process that I have in place, what made you think, hey, I want to go for this and give it a go?
I think the biggest thing was talking to someone that actually knows what they're talking about, rather than doing revision in my own time just by myself, where I may not, where I might think I understand something, but not to the a better extent.
Right, okay. And what what kind of made you feel like if you were to just do it by yourself, you won't get that understanding?
Uh, I'm not
Like,
really sure. What do you mean?
like, why couldn't you have figured it out alone, if you know what I mean? Because some students do.
Oh,
In your situation, why did you feel like, hey, you know what, if I do it by myself, I may not have the right, I may not get the full understanding.
I think for me personally, it was that I would, if I got a question wrong, I would give myself the benefit of the doubt that I would get it right,
Right,
which is kind
gotcha.
of backwards, but
I know
it's
what you
just
mean.
something
It's
that I
it's
used to
tempting.
do. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It can give yourself like a false sense of security, think, oh, I'm sure I'll figure that out, and then
yeah,
the exam,
exactly. Or like, oh, I remember that for next time, but then you don't.
yeah,
So
next time happens, and yeah, it's not there.
yeah.
So fair enough. So you want to make sure that you got all that solidified. So when you came into the process, what were some of the things that you actually enjoyed about it?
I really liked how you could remember what each student was struggling with in the whole of the course. Like I'd remember that if there was a question that was on integration, for example, I think calculus was one of my stronger topics.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't ask me, you'd ask someone else in the class, and because you asked them, kind of remember, oh, they didn't really know that from last time. So you're quite good at that in terms of how good of a teacher you are, I
Right,
guess.
gotcha. I appreciate that. And like, what other things did you enjoy? So you like the fact that I kind of knew how to help each student, even though in our lessons it was in like small groups, right?
Yeah.
So you like that, how it was still kind of specific and tailored. Okay. What else then, from your perspective, did you feel like was of value in the process of you like the lessons and how I remembered each student's strengths and weaknesses? And what else?
The resources that you gave to us, like the worksheets
Yeah, so
and
tell the listeners of this video, like,
recorded videos, helped a lot.
what were those resources and videos then? Just explain to the people watching this.
They're just like recorded classes of different cohorts and on different topics, and then the worksheets are separated by topics as well, and they go with the video. So
Gotcha. And like in terms of like because some people ask me like, oh, what's the teaching style like? And I'll send them like sample lessons and stuff. But in terms of the teaching style, when I was going through each topic, what were your thoughts on the, I'm not saying this for you to, for me to toot my own horn, for you to brag, but what did you like about the teaching style that I went through that made maths easier for you?
Um, you went through it very methodically and very easy to understand, I think.
Gotcha.
And there are
Okay.
like new techniques which you taught as well, which I'd never seen.
Yeah, yeah. So I remember we did for differentiation, integration by parts. Well, one of the things we want to do is make sure you can go through the exam at an efficient rate, so you have more time to
Yeah,
put on problems. All right, okay. And so you came to me. What grades were you getting before you came to me?
I was getting D's and predicted C.
D's predicted C, right? And you knew that you could do better, right? I knew straight away.
Yeah,
What did
100%, I
you
think.
end up getting then in the end on results day? What did you get?
I ended up getting the A,
Nice. And
which I was aiming for.
exactly right. And we got you into top choice, right? What
Yeah.
was that like on results day? And what was it like on the lead up to results day? Like what were you thinking the day before?
The day before, I wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to hype myself up
Yeah,
or expect anything really. I was kind of going with no expectations because I didn't want to be too emotional in the middle of the
yeah,
playground by myself. But I think when I opened the envelope really slowly and I looked at my grades one by one and maths was right at the top and I see the A next to maths and my heart was racing and I was incredibly happy and pleased.
nice. That's good. And what did your mum and dad say? Because I remember in the consultation they were very keen on making sure that you can do everything you can to help you, right?
Yeah,
What did they say when they found out the good?
they were really proud. They said they were really happy with what I got and that I put in the work and I got what I deserved. So
No, absolutely. And you worked hard. What do you think? What do you think was, because I can give you everything you need. Of course, it comes down to the student to do the work as well. So what did
yeah.
you do to make sure that you took advantage of everything that was given to you? So what did you do to become a successful student, so to say?
Um, I, I made sure to pin down which areas I was struggling with most. So for me, it was sequences, and I just banged out a bunch of questions, and I watched all of the videos from all of the cohorts.
Mhm.
And it turned out pretty well, I think.
All right. And what would you say to a student, Hasham, who's maybe thinking about joining, who's on the fence, they're kind of at the same level as you. What would you say to them if they're on the fence about joining?
I'd say don't leave it up to fate. I'd say put your grade in Amrit's hands.
Definitely.
Ultimately, it's in your own, but I think it was a very big help, and I don't think I would have gotten the A grade without you.
Okay, cool. And of course, it always helps when the student does the work as well. If you do the
Yeah,
work,
yeah, definitely.
take advantage of it, it's going to be a good thing. And
Ultimately,
Hisham,
it is down to the student.
exactly right. And I said to parents a lot, it's you have to put the work in. And so what did you end up doing then? So when you got your grades and stuff, was it your first choice or did you get into your second choice?
Yeah, I got into my first choice.
And what are you doing now? Right, so where are you at
Um,
and where are you studying?
I'm doing architecture at Bath.
Architecture. Well, nice. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, lectures haven't started yet, but I've met my lecturers yesterday, and they seem really nice.
Awesome. That's really good. And now hopefully from Bath and onwards, it's looking bright for you, right? So all the
Yeah,
best, Tom, and thanks so much for your time and I'll speak to you soon.
yeah, no